Welcome. I'm RofhiwaReneilwe, your girl, and welcome to the family, baby. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome, child. You know we don't like wasting any of your time, so all you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell on the side so that you can be notified each and every time your girl posts. So let's get straight into the video. We are going to be starting with skin prep. This is very essential. It is very important for your skin. It moisturizes your skin. It protects your skin from the sun, from the makeup products that you're going to be using, because you're using various products. So skin prep is very, very important. Whatever you do, don't skip this step. And then you're just going to spray your setting spray to lock in the moisture. So now I'm taking the loose powder and I'm dipping it on my eyebrows before I draw them. And when I'm done doing that, I'm just gonna take my eyebrow pencil and then I'm just gonna draw straight lines, just light lines. There's no time to be doing harsh lines now. It's 2025. Okay, let's go back a bit. The correct order of doing your brows is that you brush them first with the brow gel, and then when you're done, you pat lightly with the powder so that you can be able to draw. Now let's resume and continue with the brows. After drawing, you don't have to do a lot of things. You're just going to use a foundation of your color on the beginning of your eyebrows. This is to avoid your eyebrows looking the same and looking all light. So you use the foundation of your color, and then on the outer ends, that's where you're going to use your concealer. If you make any mistakes, just be happy to start over because you haven't gone far with your makeup. So on the next step that you're going to be doing, we're going to be prepping for the eyeshadows. I am using an Eye Perfect primer. I'm just going to make sure that I put it all over my eyelids, and then when it is a bit dry, I'm just gonna tap. And after that, I'm just gonna go in with my color. I'm starting off with the color black. I'm just making sure that I'm doing it first, and then after black, I'm just going to use dark purple on top of that black. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to cut the crease. I'm just going to cut it a bit, and then I go in with the color yellow in the inner eyelids. And when I'm done, I'm just gonna do green on top of my eyelids. Remember, it is on top of the primer to make sure that eyeshadows pop. Obviously, hello. Let's move on, please. I'm just correcting my colors, increasing the eyeshadows for the extra poppiness. And on the places that I cut the crease, I'm just gonna use the color peach. And on the outer eyelids, I'm going to go in with the color black. And then I make sure that I'm blending all the colors. I am applying it very nicely. And the next step that I'm doing now, I am doing an eyeliner. I'm just doing a cat eye. It is a very simple look, yet elegant. If you notice, there are some tapes there on my eyes, so I'm just going to remove them on both of my eyes. And please, my beauties, don't do makeup and forget to do eyelashes. It's not going to make any sense. Just look closely on what I'm going to do right now. I just applied glue on both my lashes, and then I'm just air drying them, and then when I put them on, they just stick on like a magnet, child. You're not gonna tell me anything. I'm just kidding, my beauties. And make sure that you blink. Make sure that it is not hurting anyway. It is not supposed to hurt. So now we're going in with the foundation application. I'm starting with the stick foundation. It is a bit dry, so I start with it, and then when I'm done, I'm just going to blend it. But first I apply the shimmer setting spray, and then I go in with my brush, and then I start to blend. So while we are blending, make sure that you're liking, you're commenting, you're subscribing. Please don't forget to subscribe. So when we are done blending, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take the liquid foundation, and then I start blending. Once the stick foundation has all been blended, then that's when I go in with the liquid foundation. I make sure that I apply it. Make sure that the foundation, it is of your color and that it is full coverage, and start blending. Trust me, you're never going to be having patches on your skin if you blend lightly and you blend nicely. Don't leave any residues, don't leave any cracking. And once we're all done with the blending, I go in with the compact powder, and then to mattify the skin, I brush with this brush, fluffy brush, all over my skin, not leaving anything. Let's conceal. We're concealing under eyes. Don't use a lot of products. Less is more. Trust me on this one. Trust and believe me. And then we're doing the cupid's bow, the chin, and then we go in and do the forehead, not forgetting to do the nose as well. This is just going to make sure that those places that you are concealing, they are going to be popping. They're going to be more visible. The face is not going to be bland. It is going to be more visible, more attractive, more appealing. than just having a normal face which has one color. Just make sure that you put little product, because if you put more, your whole face is going to be light. And use a shade which is 2 shades lighter than your foundation. And then once we are done with that, just start to blend that product, blend it well. Wait for it to be a bit dry before you start blending. If you're a beginner, try using different sponges, but if you know what you're doing, you can use the same brow. And then we'll go ahead and use my contouring foundation. I use a foundation here. I don't have a contour stick at the moment, so I am using a darker foundation. I'm using it on my cheeks, my underjaws, and my forehead line. And then when I'm done, I'm just gonna go ahead and take the same sponge, different side, and then I start to blend it out. Blend all the places that you put that product in. Don't be afraid to blend, because you're going to look cakey and you're going to look weird if you don't blend. On this step, take the loose powder and put it at the back of your hand. Take your sponge and pat lightly, and when you're done patting lightly, remove the excess powder that is left on the sponge, and then start applying under eyes, chin, cupid's bow, nose, forehead, all the places that you previously concealed. You can apply that loose powder, and on that area, on the cheeks as well. Make sure that you're not doing all the way close to your mouth. Just put light powder, not too much. I took my brush and then I took a white highlighter, and then I'm just using it under my eyes. Make sure that you're not applying it directly to your eyes. It's going to ruin your makeup, because your eyes are going to be all watery. Just put it where it's supposed to be put, not directly to your eyelids. And when you're done, take your blush. You can take a liquid blush. I'm using both liquid and powder blush. You're going to see at the end that I'm going to use the powder one, and start blending accordingly. Don't be afraid to blend. If you recognize, I'm using the same sponge, different sides. If you know what you're doing, you can do that, but if you're a beginner, I advise that you use a different sponge. And then I go ahead and do the contour. I'm doing the nose contour. I'm using a small brush. I'm also contouring the cupid's bow. I don't even know if that's the real name. I stand to be corrected. And then there, I'm just cleaning up my look. Where I see that I made a bit of mistakes, I'm just cleaning it up. And then I grab my brush, a fluffy brush, and then I go in and highlight my nose. And you see, I am using a brush this time to do my powder highlighter. I am doing the silver, like goldish look. I move on to my favorite part, which is lip coloring. I am using the color maroon from my outer lips, and then for the inner lips, I am going to be using the color nude. This is on my lip color palette. And when I'm done, I'm just going to pat. Do not smear, pat. And then when I'm done with the look, this is the final product that I'm using. It is a setting spray shimmer, and wait for it to dry. When I'm done, I look like this. I look absolutely amazing. If you follow this with me step by step, I am excited. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my social media platforms, tell a friend or two, and thank you for watching. Subscribe please. Bye.